On behalf of Cybernet IQ and Carasoft, we would like to welcome you to our first session of our Threat Hunting Masterclass, How to Make Sense of the Who, Why, and What in the Wire, where Joe Cummins, CEO at Cybernet IQ, will walk listeners through examples where those in command are making the best use of attack surface analysis platforms, as well as harnessing the capabilities that can be found by making better use of the current cybersecurity effort.
It is quite a daunting challenge these days to make sense of what the cybersecurity posture is for a lot of these organizations. More importantly, this is a quick cross-section of the majority of the cybersecurity products right now in the market. Each one of them has a different role to play within the existing community. However, what we have found so far is that there is a lot of fractured understanding of what's in the network, who has what data where, but also how those security products are being utilized to the best of their abilities. And in most cases, they're not. And that really kind of frames up where we start off with our conversation around how best to understand and how to live off the land in terms of what threat hunting is. And for the most of the teams that are on the call today, I know firsthand what you're experiencing, because it's something that we encounter on the regular with a lot of the teams that we've interacted with over the past 12 or so years in both a product capacity, but also in a services capacity, and how they make the best use of that information. Now, to put that in context, this is just a great example of what a current organization we're working with. This is what their cybersecurity posture looks like from a tool perspective in relation to their existing landscape in terms of their attack surface. So they're using a plurality of different products on the market today to be able to give themselves a bit of insight into what's actually happening. However, one of the things that's really kind of revealing to me is that there is this huge security investment. However, there is limited crosstalk across all these different products to be able to synthesize what is actually happening at a grassroots level inside of the environment. And how I know this is that this is not an uncommon problem. In fact, the entire sector, from both the defense military industrial base all the way through to wastewater, water sanitation, energy, oil and gas, nuclear, they're all facing the same challenge, which is there is an incredible fog within the existing cybersecurity understanding for these organizations to chew through. And it usually falls into three different buckets. And again, bucket number one, visibility. Most organizations have no idea what's actually going on inside of their network. And that's a massive, daunting challenge for them. Second is, again, understanding the proximity and priorities between all these different shifting devices in this highly evolving ecosystem. It's always incredibly complicated for them to understand what's happening at a kind of wire level. And then in a third bucket, there is this concept right now, which is kind of signal versus noise. There is far too much garbage mixed up with the raw, good data traffic that we rely on as threat hunters to be able to understand what's actually going on at a wire level. So just in terms of the bigger kind of overall understanding of what's inside and what's happening, it's incredibly challenging for these same teams to make sense of it when, again, they're rubbing up against these three different boxes and trying to figure out exactly which end is up, and being able to make the best use of that information is incredibly compelling. So a lot of this masterclass is really going to touch on how to make the best use of these three different challenge problems and how to kind of flip them on their head and actually take advantage of what they might be able to reveal. And the way that we do this is actually with a methodology that we have been at the forefront of building with our public safety partners and our defense partners. And that is to really kind of have this full spectrum understanding of what the current situation is on the ground today. And that always starts off when you can with packet traffic. That really is the lowest common denominator when you're actually talking about what the organization's ecosystem looks like. If you can get packet traffic, you've got 90% of what you would need in order to start that hunt mission and be able to actually build off of that as you continue to pinwheel around and gain more information and knowledge about the data sets that are inside of that organization.